Hey you, welcome to the Dating Chat, a space designed to help you move beyond assumptions and guesswork so you can date and love with clarity and confidence. I'm your host, T. Today's guest is Carter, someone people describe as having golden retriever energy, warm, curious, and genuinely easy to be around, which I completely agree with. We're both members of our neighborhood Toastmasters club, and that's how we first got to know each other. Carter is in his late 20s, nice, tall, and fit. His work involves community organizing, which already tells us he cares about both people and growth. He loves sports, comedy, real conversations, and strong women. In this episode, we talk about what speed dating is actually like, how men and women in their 20s experience dating very differently, and what's really going on with men today, and what women are often frustrated by. We get into dating strong women, the 6 green flags Carter looks for, the 2 types of girls many men don't choose to see again, and the hard truths about knowing when it's time to let go of a relationship. We also talk about communication, how to disagree without breaking the connection, the right questions to ask, how to speak when emotions are high, and how to show up better on a first date. You may find your own answers through this conversation. If you're dating, just met someone new, if you're a woman dating a man in his 20s, or a guy wondering why the second date never happens, this episode is especially for you. Let's dive in. Carter, you ready?
I think so. Thank you for inviting me here today to your studio.
What are you bringing to our love and relationship topic today?
I'm bringing myself, and I'm trying to bring my most quick mind to all these questions that you have on the sheet in front of you. What are you bringing today?
I'm bringing some interesting, hopefully fun questions for you, aside from all the serious questions here.
Yes, I saw a few of them, and I thought that was a little intense, a few of them.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you again for being so open to joining me on this podcast. Not everybody is open to this.
I love trying new things. So I want in 40 years to look back and have all these really fun stories that I have. So this I hope is going to be one of them.
You already saw some fun moments, look at me trying to juggle with all this stuff setting this
up. There's a lot of cameras in this room.
Well, I don't think that's a problem for you, right? In our Toastmasters, you're the most confident guy in the room.
I am. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, thank you.
At least appear to me so.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I know you haven't been there for the past couple times, so maybe it's been diminishing, but interesting. Why do you say that?
Because you have no problem just going up there and taking any topic, anything thrown at you, you're fine with that. You're so good at thinking on your feet, and I love your stage presence.
I'm happy to hear that. That is actually something I really wanted to work on in public speaking and speaking in general, that particularly when I was a younger kid, I could take things a little personally, and it would make me shrink away from trying new things. Like such as getting in front and getting the random question during table topics and Toastmasters. And so this is actually a way to practice of not taking anything personally and just trying my best. And if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad.
That's interesting reason.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I was younger, it prevented me from being more social and being more open with people because I didn't want to look imperfect or bad.
Aww,
and so
we're all imperfect.
But doing this makes me feel better because if I bomb, I bomb, and if I'm good, I'm good. But it doesn't really matter to me. You just keep going.
I mean, words are powerful, right? To have the ability to express ourselves in the right moment when it's needed, it's really impactful. Before we talk too much, I'd like you to formally introduce yourself and tell the audience about all the things they don't know and I don't know.
I'm Carter. I'm 27, born and raised in the Bay Area. I love the Bay Area. I went to college here to St. Mary's College of California in the East Bay. Growing up, I was really into sports. I loved baseball. and basketball. But I got to a point where it just wasn't fun anymore. And I got my degree in kinesiology, which is the study of human movement.
Oh, is that to do with your previous work?
Yes. So I was a strength and conditioning coach briefly for 3 months for a D1 college.
That's so nice to have.
It's nice to have?
It's nice to have because it's just, we have to know our body.
Yeah.
All our life, we're depending on our body.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, now I'm trying to learn so much about how my body works so I don't get a sport injury. I hurt my lower back, deadlifting, and all of that.
Oh, okay.
So I really value what you have,
Well,
your knowledge.
which is knowledge. I don't know how much is still left in there. That was like my previous career, if you could call it that. And now I do something completely different. I'm a community organizer, which means I bring people together who have impacted by systemic issues and have them create the solutions themselves, and we craft campaigns to fix it.
That sounds fun. That sounds very good for you.
I like it a lot.
Along with Toastmasters, right?
Along with Toastmasters.
Really pushing you
Yes.
to the spotlight.
Oh, it's totally pushing me. Yes, 100%. I think doing this kind of work has really delved myself into self-discovery a lot more than anything else, because I really struggled probably around that time where I stopped playing baseball. I struggled with like self.
Identity?
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of like, you get older, so it's a piece of just getting older. But it's a piece of going through 17 to 18 and 19, and you do have switching identities. So there was that, but I did really struggle with like, who am I? Who am I to other people? How do I show up to other people? And how do I make sure I don't regret my life? That I don't get to the end and I feel like, well, I wasted my life. That's kind of a brief history of me.
I appreciate that. And I heard you're someone who has high awareness.
It's hard for me to talk about. I don't want to basically talk amazing about myself. I feel like that's
You look amazing. And you are, to me, amazing person so far.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I'd rather be humble and just
That's a very good quality.
Doing the best I can. So.
But, once you know yourself, you know who you are, how you are, what you are not, what you are.
Mm-hmm.
I find it's okay to tell people this is what I am. How has relationship or love fit into your journey so far?
Love. Yes. It's a bit of if I'm with someone who I really enjoy, then I know it's right. It's kind of a feeling that I just know that it's right. And I've had like love at first sight or love at first spoken with.
Have you?
Multiple times. And
Multiple times?
Yeah. But it's just like, it's something that I can just pick up on it. And it really, really works. I mean, sometimes it takes, a few dates to start finding if this person, if we're really right together. And I've had my share of people that know we're not right together. It's been a little up and down, I think, but a lot of people can say that.
Have you had a girlfriend?
Yes.
I guess how many relationships have you had so far?
Probably 3 or 4 have been really impactful, and it's taught me a lot. And it's actually shown a lot of my flaws that I bring. And it's not to, relationships there's a lot involved with how things go. But everything I basically learn from, and I try to be better for myself and for another person in the future. All those deep relationships have really taught me a lot, even though it really hurts when it ends. With time, you feel like you become more of a complete person afterwards. So it's okay with everything that's happened.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you.
I mean, every relationship is a great opportunity to learn. However, not all of us have the awareness to take that opportunity to really reflect and grow.
Totally. It's not really about like how much time you're putting in or something. It's so much deeper than that. Is what were both of your contexts in this? And if the other person didn't want to make it work, then it wasn't going to work.
I mean, it's a partnership, right?
Yeah. And sometimes that's really hard to understand too, is sometimes you can look at all of your faults in it, but you also just have to learn that some things just don't work out. And it takes 2 to make it work.
Yeah. I can see it could also be a process for you because you're very young. It's a process for you to also understand women, right?
Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of time to understand.
What's your view and how do you feel about today's dating scene?
In my personal view and experience, I don't think it's very good. I think people feel more isolated today. And it's from probably the digital world that we're in. And so it seems like it's harder to find in-person things and events. But I'm sure others have noticed, like me, that there's more and more of bowling leagues to join, or like pickleball leagues, or like running clubs that's trying to get people to be able to get outside and meet each other again, which I think is cool. And I've tried speed dating a few times, and I
You
thought
have?
it was, yeah, and I just wanted to try it. I thought it was cool and fun. Yet it seems like a lot of stuff is really tailored towards the dating apps and things, which again, it's not throwing shade on any of that. Yet it just feels a bit harder to meet someone in person authentically at the moment.
What would you say about speed dating? Would you go back there again?
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. The people I all met I thought it would be a lot more awkward and a lot more serious. And it was actually a lot of fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you end up going on a date with someone?
I did not, but that's kind of the nature of speed dating as well, is, you might not meet someone you connect with. So you end up just having a couple of good conversations, but you have to try another time.
That's really interesting. So you would totally go back and try it more.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought it was a great time. And one actually issue, too, that I've learned in speed dating is that a lot more men sign up for it than women. Mm-hmm. So some events, you'll have like 3 women and 10 men. And
oh, my God.
I know. It's really, you almost feel like you have to apologize to all the women. Like, I'm so sorry you have to deal with this, with all these guys.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very wild. It's something to experience.
It's interesting. I did hear women say the speed dating events they went to, it's more women than men. Why is that?
I don't know. I guess it's just the certain ones you pick.
Either one is no good.
Or just the times. Yeah. It's just sometimes it winds up that way. But I totally do it again. I thought it was a good time.
The woman I spoke to, and also some podcast I listened to, like it's a woman talking about speed dating experiences. Mm-hmm. None of them are positive.
No, what do they say? What happened?
Women don't enjoy those experiences somehow.
And why is that?
It also to do with age groups. If you're stuck with certain age and the men are not in the same age range as expected, and they're not happy. Plus, it's also more about the quality of the man in the speed dating. What do you think of that? Do you think that's a problem? Like, are there just too many varieties of people and does not ensure quality?
I think to do the speed dating, and again, people can disagree with me, but to do it, quote unquote, right, is show up and expect anything.
Oh my.
Seriously. And that's how I took it. So I expected, if I showed up and it was only 10 men, no women, I seriously was like, that might happen.
Wow.
And if that happened, I'll get a drink and then leave.
Wow.
But I was preparing also, maybe I'll meet the love of my life, or maybe I'll meet a friend that, we didn't connect in terms of relationship wise, but we could be lifelong friends, stuff like that.
Oh, that's very cool.
I'm prepared for anything.
That's a great attitude.
Yeah.
So you're always gonna go home with something.
Yeah. Now,
even just a drink.
Yes. Well, I'm trying to make as best experience out of it as possible. But I do enjoy the speed dating. I don't know if that makes me some kind of weird person or something. For the whole dating scene, I don't think it's as good as in the past. And I would attribute that to all the technology of people being more away from social events, more online, more about creating assumptions about other people. It just loses the natural flow of just talking with someone, just getting to know someone. Instead, now it's all about like, what do they look like, and creating some kind of image of people online. That's how I've experienced it.
In a nutshell, you're saying your view is a little negative. What's happening today doesn't seem going to the right direction.
No.
What would you say people should be doing more?
Just more in-person stuff. I think, again, just more in-person. It doesn't have to be speed dating, but it could be like...
Pickleball?
Could be pickleball. It could be mingling. It's cool. Like, I just really like those types of events. And even if you're not there explicitly to try to meet someone, usually, if not every single time, I always feel better after being social with other people.
I agree, because we're social beings.
Exactly.
And we don't feel well, both emotionally and physically, after being isolated from other humans.
Yeah. And I think that is a part of it too, is just there's so much isolation with our world today.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, especially with the whole thing around with AI.
Yeah, the girlfriend-boyfriend thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
robots.
the robots. Yeah. There's a lot of crazy stories about that. But yeah, it's just, I think it's taking people away from being in interaction with each other.
I noticed earlier you mentioned the word, the love of my life.
Uh-huh. Have I met my love of my life? Ever?
No. Oh, have you?
Well, obviously no.
No, you could have met someone, but you were not mature enough to be able to hold on to
A
that.
great way of saying it. That has happened, yes.
That has?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. That has definitely happened.
You're meant for someone else.
I suppose so. I've been a victim of wrong time, like just wrong time, right place.
I'm also very curious, at your generation, at your age, how people are dating. What are the things that are most confusing for you guys when it comes to dating?
How people have been dating. It's mostly through apps, I would say, from people I know at least. And I've heard a lot of people in my life just say that it's like a numbers game, which means just meet as many people as possible and
no.
eventually someone will be good.
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of the general sentiment of it, of like my friends, at least from the male perspective, that's what it is.
That's what they're doing. That's what
Yeah,
they believe.
Yeah. From the female
no.
perspective, it's mostly men are really terrible. That's a good way to say it. That's how it usually is that they'll give like very short answers, don't ask questions, expect the woman to carry on the conversation, may not reply, or they'll meet once or twice and then just never reach out again. So it's almost like really horrible communication.
Oh,
is
wow.
what it seems like from the women's.
You must stand out to them then.
I tried to. Well, so here's the thing is I have a friend that tried a handful of speed dating events, and she basically said that if someone looks like they take a shower, they're already better than half of the men at the event. I asked her, is that how low the bar is? And she goes, yeah, pretty much. And I said, well, then, man, I must be like, at least I'm in the top 50.
Oh, you're too humble now.
But that's how it seems from the female perspective.
I hope she stopped going then.
I don't think she's been to one since, but she's kind of was talked to me about the open-mindedness of going to a speed dating event. So she has a total open mind with it. But there's also an issue, I think, from female friends of mine, like tech bros, people that can only talk about their job at Tesla or can only talk about engineering.
No.
And so that's kind of an issue as well that I've had from friends.
Your female friends.
Yeah. But from, like I said, from the male perspective, for my friends, it's called a numbers game. Just meet as many people as possible.
I know you don't believe that.
No. I mean, if you're looking to date, you have to meet people, right?
It's not about numbers, right?
No. Well, it's about if you're really connecting with this person or something. Because if you connect with someone, then you want to see if it's someone to be with.
And also, if your goal is trying to connect,
Yes.
you can't play the numbers game.
No. So usually, because I have used dating apps, usually if I meet two people that I'm having a good conversation with, I'll just keep it at that. Because my goal is to meet someone who I really connect with and have a good time and really
Not
enjoy
to keep
being
swiping,
with.
right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I've used it. Again, I don't know what other men are doing, but apparently they're not taking showers and not asking questions.
Oh, no.
So
What?
that's, I think, is really hurting it as well.
Throughout my dating history, I don't think I have came across men like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I have enough crazy experiences.
I'm sure. Yeah. And also, I think this is something that men have a hard time dealing with in our world today, is that women have a ton of empowerment in our world today, which is amazing, that women can be leading companies, can be leading movements, and they don't need a partner to succeed. I think in the past, especially in the United States, it was often viewed as like the man needs a woman to basically be his caretaker almost needed a woman to be doing her own job, and then the other job was just to take care of the man. And I think that's not how it is anymore. And I think some men don't know how to deal with that growing up now.
Yeah, so what's your take on that? What do you think requires a change?
Well, I think men need to start doing the self-discovery of themselves and learn what makes them happy in this world that doesn't revolve around purely being with someone else. In my view, a relationship is something that enriches both of your lives because you enjoy being with each other and like doing things together. And that's what really, really matters. I know that might sound like super simple. That's basically how I look at relationships. We have a limited time on this earth, so we might as well be with someone that we really like to be with and enjoy doing things with. And are able to have our own individual lives, but build something together in a partnership as well.
Yes. I think just a lot of people right now are confused, or they haven't really reached a point to really understand things, maybe including themselves. Therefore, they feel like they do not need another person to have a fulfilling life. I do strongly believe that as humans, we can only be happier and have a healthier life with the right partner. I think that's just how humans are designed for. That's how I feel.
Well, why would you be with someone you don't really want to be with?
I mean, definitely need, instead of 0, there should be one person. It's really hard to be alone. That also equal to the isolation topic we just talk about. That's not a happy and fulfilling life. That's like you're trying to manage to get through your life. Of course, you can do it, but what's the point?
Well, as we talk about, being social is huge. And then being with someone that you really, truly enjoy and want to build something with and want to know everything about them and really understand this other person, I think that, yes, that makes you feel so much better. But it's true that a lot of people struggle on how to do that.
You said something.
We all want to be wanted.
We all want to be wanted.
We all want to be wanted, yes. And I don't know how, at least for men, they might not know how to handle that.
Handle strong women?
Yeah, I think that might be a piece of it, because that's the world we live in, which is great. And that's amazing. That is more equitable society. But I don't think some men understand how that's supposed to be, how that goes. And that really requires more insight on the man's part. Because a lot of women that I know, I've talked about trash guys. Don't ask questions and don't say anything.
Do these female friends tell you what they wish these guys should be doing?
Yes, and it's very basic. It's often
just like, just talk to me.
Basically. Ask more questions, want to be with me.
I think a strong woman or not, I think in the end, we're all just women. We're all just people.
That's true. Yes.
And really, people are the same.
Yes.
I would say, at least for men, men come across with so-called strong women and they're interested in them and want to date this woman. I don't think there's nothing to be feared about. What do you think?
Nothing to fear about strong women?
Yeah.
No, I don't fear strong women.
Right. So,
I love strong women.
Well,
name the podcast this episode. I love strong women.
What is your advice and tips for these men who find this woman attractive, however, is unable to handle them?
Well, I guess it would depend how you're unable to handle someone, in your words. You got to build confidence. That's the thing. If I like someone, I'm just going to basically talk to you and learn about you and see if I want to go out with you. Then I'm just going to ask you out. I try to do it more romantically than how I laid it out right there, but just be confident with it.
So you're saying one of the very common issue today when it comes to strong women is men are afraid to walk up to them and ask them out.
That could be a piece of it as well, yeah. I mean, as we talked about a lot, as being alone, the isolation pieces men might take to apps as an easier way to talk to someone instead of literally asking them out there. No, I'm not advocating for people to start just going everywhere and asking every woman out everywhere. I mean, that's just...
I actually think they don't ask anybody out.
I've heard that too, and I find that really strange.
It's nothing to do with being a strong woman or not.
That's really strange. Well, I guess my definition of... Well, we have to maybe define what a strong woman is in our minds, because my...
Successful career, I would say.
Or someone that doesn't feel like they need a partner or a man to succeed. And I adore that, because I want to see my partner to go really far and achieve their goals, as they should, and I would hope they would see that towards me in return.
Of course, I think that's also the meaning of the real partnership. We want to be there to support each other to achieve what we want in life.
Yeah. I don't know if men get that.
Really?
I don't know if men get that.
Oh, no.
Well, if you're saying they don't ask anyone out, that's already, we're having a problem getting a partnership.
It sounds like there are deeper problems.
There are definitely deeper problems going on.
I don't know how I feel this, but I sense from just our human nature, every one of us craves for a true partner.
And we want to be wanted.
Yes. There are reasons behind how some people is unable to step out and ask the ones out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a society issue today.
Yeah, I'd probably say that as well. Again, from women friends that I know, from what they've told me, it sounds like men want the woman to care for the man.
No way.
The women friends I know, strong women, they don't want to do that. They want more of this partnership we're talking about. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how many men are able to deal with this today.
What do you mean by men want a woman to take care of them?
Men may envisage that being with a woman will make them complete, and that they don't really investigate it further, why they feel that way. And it turns into just weaning on a woman to care for their emotional problems, their conflicts at work, their conflicts of not having a job, stuff like that.
Oh, so another person becomes outlet for their problems. Okay, that's, I think, a whole different set of issue.
Yeah, well, I think this is a big part of why the dating today is not very good. And if men are being really poor in dating, then trying to meet women who have experienced these guys is just going to make it a little bit harder, because women will be more on the edge, like looking for when is this person going to be like that other guy that let me down really badly.
Sounds like men are beat up.
Yes, but I also am encouraging men to start looking into themselves.
But the way you have been describing this whole dating thing sounds like men are the bottom of the issue.
I don't know if there's any one particular piece of an issue, but I mean, if you look into like the whole red pill movement, have you heard of the red pill movement? It's all about just becoming some other person other than yourself that's like tough and you have control over everything. I think that is a really negative causation that's been happening from this, is men feel like they need to have some level of control and they need to feel more like a man. But I would argue you should more so find what makes you whole in this world. That doesn't have to be a partner first.
Yeah. In the end, to be able to find a person, to be able to have a healthy relationship, and before that, first is to find yourself, right? Mm-hmm. To really get the bottom of who you are and what you desire, what you want in your life for real, right?
Yeah.
So I guess heal yourself first.
Yeah.
Yes, I was asking you about the love of your life, and somehow we sidetracked.
Yes.
Do you have idea about this person, the love of your life?
I can break it down into some maybe green flags that I'd say.
Great. How about throw me 3 green flags?
Yes. The number one thing is someone who can hold a conversation.
Oh my goodness. That bad, huh?
It's crucial. No, it's crucial. It's crucial. Someone who can hold a conversation, someone who can ask questions, and someone who has a deeper interest of the world. I think like someone I'm able to
That sounds like me.
Are you the love of my life?
Well, I definitely mean those 3 green flags. Okay, now you have to give me maybe 3 more. I know maybe I'm not the love of your life.
Active lifestyle is great because I love to exercise.
That's me.
You're making me think. Run a podcast. No, I'm joking.
Oh,
Have ambition and want to help others.
Oh, no.
Did I finally get one that's not yours?
No. I guess you just need to keep going.
I just have to keep going through all the green flags. I know these are kind of like general and basic, but it comes into each kind of context of if I really like someone or not.
I think what you wanted are totally valid. I mean, I'm doing all of that, right? All my girlfriends and people I know, guys are doing that. I think it's just a very positive way to live. That's how we grow. And that's how we feel happy every day.
I would say that. And people who I've really connected with are all of these things, pretty much. The 3 or 4 longer relationships I've had has been we're able to connect about. I personally love also having, we don't have to agree on everything, it doesn't mean that we argue or anything, but I love to not agree on everything. I actually really, really enjoy that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not in like a toxic way. Like not like we fight.
I love it.
Yeah. Not like we fight or we argue or anything like that. But I loved having of when we push back against each other. I think that makes us more compatible and at times.
Yeah. I can resonate with what you're saying because first of all, we're two individuals together as partners, right? And there are always going to be different opinions, differences, comes to whatever. It could be anything, right? There's always going to be discussion about come to a common ground. Instead of seeing it as a conflict, it's more like, to me, now I see it's an opportunity to really get to know each other better. Like, oh, what's your reasons? What's behind of that? And every difference is for me to understand better your history, who you are, and some part of you I didn't know before. We're able to have a productive conversation about this difference and come to a common ground. Your relationship comes stronger, right?
Totally.
And that's so rewarding.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, and it builds on the trust too, right? The trust builds on that.
And I really like to see how people come to where they're at now. I've been with some of the deeper partners, the relationships, longer term relationships I've been in. I've had partners who disagree with where my aspects are, that I'm really pretty radical. I support like more of a radical democracy where workplaces are more democratically managed and work. And I've had partners that completely disagree with that. And I love to delve into like what brought you to that conclusion. Like, have you experienced something that made you disagree with this? Just to like kind of go back into what they've experienced, what they've thought.
I think that's also a very valid question to ask because I think it's always some personal experience behind it.
Yeah.
So they formed some type of opinion, attitude towards something.
And also, learning people's life experience, you can be more attuned and respectful to stuff that you are talking about and how you go about things, because there could be things that people are really sensitive to from their life experience that you learn from this, and you need to be aware of that in order to be respectful to your partner. So I think doing this kind of like learning about them in that way, I think is really important. Every kind of disagreement is not a conflict.
Yeah.
I wouldn't view it that way. I feel like it would be in different categories and you should be able to be open with someone about this too.
Well, yeah. I know there are some people in relationships, when they disagree on different opinions or ideas, they often quickly elevate that into a conflict, into an issue. It becomes like a me against you situation, which really don't need to be, right?
And I would say too, like when I said earlier, don't take things too personally.
Oh, that's exactly. That's
just
also
like that. If someone becomes defensive, I wouldn't take it as there's something I'm doing exactly wrong. I would take it as, oh, why? Like, what was the experience for you previously that's causing this? Because they want to be very conscious of that. Yeah. If someone disagrees, don't take it too personally. Investigate why.
Well, what advice would you give on learning to embrace disagreements the way you do?
Ask questions. That's the biggest thing. Don't take it personally.
What are the right questions to ask, Carter?
I highly recommend not using too many why questions and framing it as what questions.
I'm with you on that one.
Because why puts it as people can take it as you're kind of like targeting them. Or
why did you do that? Why do you always do that?
It sounds attacking, right?
So bad.
You could ask, what about how I phrase this made you feel this way? And going to feelings as another piece is talking about how...
And it's also curiosity.
Yeah. Because you should be curious.
With curiosity, right?
Yes. And especially in our world today, there's so many assumptions online. Everything is
so bad.
Everything is. We have so many things that are called like straw men, where you just create another person's thinking out of just your own personal animosity towards them, and just beat down that straw man. With curiosity, you are actually trying to understand the other person's life experience, how they got to this point of how they're thinking about it, what was the catalyst that pushed them in this way of thinking, stuff like that. So I would definitely recommend more what questions, less why.
I love that.
Asking about emotions and feelings. How does this make you feel? What about this makes you feel that way? I'll say those are probably the top two.
That's very kind.
And listen. Men like to talk. Shut up and listen. That'll be my other thing. It's cool to listen. You don't need to be talking all the time.
Yeah.
So those would be my 3 tips.
Where did you learn that?
Myself.
Through your own experience?
A little bit, but I'm into philosophy.
Me too.
It's another one of my green flags.
Oh, no.
Just joking. Well, not, but
Aside from being fit and active.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm into philosophy, so I just pick up some things here and there.
It's really helpful for us to,
It can be,
live a good life. Philosophy.
Yeah. I think it's a very popular book, but I read The Four Agreements recently. Have you heard of that book?
Oh, okay.
It's
I'm
very
marking that down.
popular.
Is that a Western book?
Yeah. Well, it's written by a man who grew up in Mexico, and he was part of a Indian tribe.
I don't think I read that then.
Okay. I want to know if it's...
Four Agreements. Okay, cool.
I have disagreements with the book here and there, but he has basically 4 central things that would make your life better as if you agree to them, essentially. And I think those have a lot of value in it. He kind of phrases it more in like a philosophical way where it's really based on psychology. So he makes psychology more interesting because sometimes psychology can be very dry.
Oh, yeah.
So he makes it more interesting in this way. And I think that is one area that I really liked a lot. And there's some existentialist books as well that taking life as it is.
You're reading so much.
One thing I really like to do is read.
Wow.
So I would say, 4 agreements. There's How to Die by Seneca. That's another one I kind of like.
Okay. To all of you that is listening, I will gather those links and drop in the show notes for you in case you're interested. Would you give advice to girls out there, like they should be only date guys who read?
I feel like I can't tell you what to do.
A guy who reads versus a guy don't read, I think they're 2 different guys.
They might be, yes. I know. I do have some male friends that I think they were better men when they were reading versus they're not reading now. But is that something that is very attractive as a man who reads? Who sits down and solemnly looks at the book and just reads?
I don't know about that, but
It's very sexy.
I think the thought of a person who is investing time of learning, either through reading a book or anything, is very attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a message of him has awareness of learning something or improving something, figuring something out, being curious about something, right?
Yeah.
That's a very positive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, positive is always good.
Yeah, positivity is always good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you figured out your love language?
Oh, definitely touch.
Oh, okay.
Yes, definitely touch. If most of my life is really thinking about is being like internal inside of my body and thinking, using my brain and all that stuff, a way to like receive the world is through like external things, right? And touch is one of those key pieces, is touch. So there's something that's feels so connected to the other person in the world.
It is. It
from
is.
touch. And it, I don't know, it's like a bliss for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you show your love interest, what is your love language to the other person?
I mean, holding your hand.
So physical touch, still
Yes, physical touch. Yeah.
That's how you express.
But it's also judging someone's body language, right? If it's welcomed or not, because you need to be very aware that it's not always welcome.
Let me tell you through my own personal research, just, people who close to me. Women, physical touch was never on top of their list.
So that's something I didn't know.
Yeah. There are a significant percentage of women from my research. They're number 1. Can you guess?
Words of affirmation?
No.
It was that off?
Yes, kind of.
What? Is it gifts?
No, not number 1.
How many love languages are there? 5?
Yeah, 5 languages, yeah. It's acts of service.
Oh, that
that
actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So don't forget acts of service aside from the physical touch.
Oh, I'm going to be acting in service all day.
Just want to making sure you get your dream girl.
Yes. Keep that in mind.
Great. I think it will be helpful.
Yes, I'm going to be the most helpful person ever.
So, as someone growing up in the Bay Area, what dating norms or mindsets do you think shaped you?
What dating norms?
Yeah, for better or worse.
Well, I'll just go over, I guess, what I've learned. I don't know if they're called norms or whatnot, but dating someone, if you're asking someone out, it's great to set a time and set a place. If you're asking someone out it's not like you're asking them to do the work to figure out the place to go and what time to do it. I think you should do that. Yes. Set a time, set a place. I can't emphasize enough. Ask questions.
Oh my God, please. Yes.
But I think it is really good to be bold and be courageous in things of sometimes it's really powerful to kind of slightly brush the person if you're feeling you guys are connecting really well and see how they react to that. Because women I've gone out with have said that they really like that if everything's going well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different for people, but sometimes holding someone's hand can be really powerful. Or doing acts of service, as we talked about, is really taking the time to make sure everything is set up and try to have it go as well as possible, but also embrace it if it's not going well. I think saying sorry a whole bunch of times is not a very good thing. Let's say everything's kind of not going well at your date. Apologizing a whole bunch, apologize here and there, but just kind of embrace it.
I think that's some good tips for going on dates with someone you just met. I want to ask a further question regarding acts of service. Today, not every man would act as traditional gentleman anymore. They don't have the same concept, or they maybe don't have the concept of act of service at all. What's your take on that? When you mention acts of service, there could be many actions going into it, right? The most simple gestures will be like opening doors.
Yeah.
People stop doing that. Men don't do that anymore. Do you do that?
Yes.
And what do you think of men who don't do that?
Well, it depends on, I think in a wider range of things, it could be like societal thing that we live in a very individualist society here where it's a little less about caring for others. So it could be attributing to it. I think you should be trying to do something for the other person as much as you can.
I love that.
Obviously, you can also make boundaries over what some huge requests might be and whatnot. But I do think, men should be doing that. And I've also, at times, when I've gone on a date, I've done that for a woman and she's told me, I can do that for myself. You don't need to do that. And so it is up to the person's preference, the other woman's preference. But you should always err on the side of being a gentleman and doing something for the other person. I also will say that I did go out with someone who wanted me to do everything. Open every door, close the door.
When you open doors, just open all the doors. Why not?
Yes. And close every door and order everything and do that. And that was not going to work for me either. For me, acts of service should be done because you want to do them, not because you have a rule that you have to do them. If that makes sense.
But you didn't do that because you wanted to do that.
Well, she made it a rule that I had to open every door.
But you were opening doors anyways.
I would have done it as a good amount of times as well, yeah.
How did that rule even came up?
It just started coming up and I said I felt uncomfortable by having that as like, I have to do it rather than I want to do it.
Was it because you forgot to open some doors, therefore she was like, oh no?
I don't think I forgot. There was just times if we got into a car, I was like, I would say this is a very specific example, but the car I drive at the time, the passenger side door was broken, so you couldn't unlock it from the outside. I don't have like an electric fob.
Oh,
so I had to get in the car and unlock it on the inside. And then she got really mad because I didn't unlock it on the inside, then get out of the car and come around and then open it.
Oh.
And that's when it came up. And I felt like that was personally kind of ridiculous.
Oh, you had to unlock from inside, then walk out.
And she didn't want to touch it or open it.
Well, boomers would do it.
But again, it's just like, if I like you, I'm going to do it. And it will happen. And I don't think it should really be a rule. If that makes sense.
You didn't like her.
The first 2 dates I did, and then she progressively got a little bit more and more.
She took it too serious.
I would say, a bit too serious and a bit, she was kind of mean. I feel like if your relationship is hinging on the fact that if someone's opening or closing a door for you, I think the relationship might not work.
I agree. Yes.
So,
yes.
In my view, acts of service are great, yet the tiniest ones might not have to happen every time, That's me, and if people disagree, then that's great.
What's one lesson about dating or relationships you had to learn the hard way from your experience?
If the other person doesn't want to make it work, then it's not going to work.
Okay. That's a very good advice.
That's been one of the biggest ones. I've had to learn that one a couple times. That I felt like it's all been my fault. But if the other person really doesn't want to make it work, then it's just not going to work.
Actually, I know there are some women that I know them personally too. They date guys they really like and they vibe really well. However, this guy's not ready. For example, this guy is still in the final stage of the divorce
Oh, yeah.
type of thing, or just got divorced. They're not really ready for like a serious long-term relationship.
Yeah.
So they actually tell these women, like, I'm not ready. They tell them clearly, however, they do not give up. And eventually they have to break up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the same scenario as what you just mentioned. When the person is telling you already, you should just believe it.
Mm-hmm. But I do know how strong your fantasy is of just if
Yes,
you
it's
do
so
this,
nice.
if you do this little thing differently, it'll change. Or if you just
Yeah.
wait enough time in this relationship, it'll change. I don't know, for other people, maybe it works. For me, it's never happened that way. And so it's a really tough lesson that you just have to let it go.
Thank you for sharing that.
You have to let it go.
Yeah.
You deserve to be with someone who wants to be with you.
Yes,
all I
totally.
ended.
Positive.
Yes.
Let's be positive.
You deserve someone as much as you want to be with someone. You deserve someone who wants to be as much into you.
Something about you. What would a girl be doing so that would really touch your heart? Some gesture or the way, and make you fall for her. I guess it's about what you really appreciate.
Yeah. Again, it's kind of an active service. I think I really like if someone I'm seeing, they kind of plan out a little bit of a date.
Yeah. Somebody make an effort, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the effort is
It's
really,
like
really important.
going back to what you mentioned earlier, not letting you be doing everything.
Yeah. Which obviously, right at the beginning, I think it's important for a man to be doing
I know.
things.
So I can speak for myself as a girl. Like when I really like somebody, when a man already shows so much, how much he likes me and the effort he's putting in already in the beginning.
Yeah.
For example, first 3 dates, right? He already planned everything. And then I really like him. And I would definitely want to do something for this person or plan next date or a little surprise like, oh, let's go here.
Yeah.
I'm taking you here.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I also really like even fun dates. There's one time where someone was saying she wanted to go skateboarding.
Oh, that's really cool.
And I thought I just love that because
That's awesome.
It wasn't like you had to get super fancy or anything. It was so casual and it was amazing. Stuff like that I really, really enjoy as well. It's just kind of spur of the moment almost things.
I think we could be doing a whole episode about what some fun ideas for dating, right?
Yeah. We definitely could.
I do have final 2 questions that I want to just ask you before we wrap this up.
Okay.
What do you wish girls do more often these days?
Maybe have a more fun. I feel like some people take it a little too seriously.
Uptight?
Yeah, a little bit in dating. I think you have a little bit more fun.
Just relax a little bit before.
Yeah. And everything doesn't need to be exactly perfect in the dates. I think there's actually a lot of fun to be had when it's not going super perfectly too.
Yeah, when a guy didn't open the door this time, you don't have to set a rule right after. You can wait.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Not as perfectionist in some details with how like dates go and stuff. And really own who you are as well. I love when people can be more open and it makes a conversation so much better and you can learn more about each other a lot faster.
Okay, now, what can you share with guys out there? What should they be doing more often these days?
Well, obviously acts of service, if that's the number one thing that women reported, but
Okay.
always ask more questions. I know I've said that like a million times, but ask more questions.
Okay.
And really listen. That's like biggest advice to guys. And apparently take a shower, according to some of my friends. So really take care of yourself and ask more questions.
Okay, that's fair. Totally fair. Yes. It sounds very simple, but it makes a huge difference.
Apparently people aren't doing it. Apparently.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Carter.
Yes, of course.
I totally enjoyed this.
Thank you for having me with your pages of questions. Yeah, this is awesome.
All right.
We'll see you next time.
To everyone listening, I hope this episode gave you not just answers, but better questions, more clarity, and a little more kindness towards yourself and others. Here's a simple reminder from today's conversation. 2 simple communication tips you can take with you. Number 1, ask less why and more what and how. Why often sounds like a blame. What and how open space for understanding. For example, when you ask, how does this make you feel? It shows care and invites honesty instead of defense. Number 2, listening is one of the most attractive and powerful things you can do in any relationship. So, if Carter's style and value have resonated with you, you're curious and intrigued, check out our show notes to find out how to apply to date him. If you want to know what he looks like, check out the Dating Chit page on Instagram or YouTube. If you enjoyed this conversation, please hit subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who would appreciate it. Or that one friend who needs a reminder that driven, interesting, and emotionally available men are out there. If this episode brought you value, you're always welcome to take me out for a virtual coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thedatingchit. It helps keep the mics on, and I truly appreciate the gesture. And if you or someone amazing you know would be a great guest for this show, you will find the application link in the show notes as well. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Dating Chit. I'm your host, T. Until next time, keep showing up, stay kind, stay curious, and never settle for less than the love you truly deserve. P.S. One quick note for transparency. Some recommendations from the show include Amazon affiliate links. If you choose to use them, it supports the podcast at no extra cost to you. See you in the next episode.